Hey everybody, today's video is going to be a skincare video, and for this video I did not wear any concealer, powder, or foundation, just so you guys can see my skin and how it naturally is. So you can see I have a little bit of kind of acne marks and stuff that were left behind from some previous breakouts, but I don't have anything on my skin. I don't have any blush, bronzer, highlighter, anything going on. This is just my skin. The only type of makeup I have on right now is just some eyeliner, mascara, and then a little bit of lip gloss, but other than that, this is how these products have worked for my skin. I want to talk to you guys first about my skin type. My skin type is pretty normal. I would say that, you know, in the winter it gets a little bit drier, while in the summer it gets a little bit oilier, which is pretty traditional for a lot of people's skin. I mean, that's not anything super like groundbreaking. My skin doesn't suffer from any type of like random acne breakouts. However, I do have really bad hormonal acne, and if my skin gets really clogged or if I wear a lot of makeup or whatever, my skin will break out. So while it's not exactly acne prone in the sense that it won't just randomly have flare-ups and I don't have major breakouts, as you guys can see, some products will really irritate my skin, and I have to be careful with the different types of foundations and the powders and the moisturizers and stuff I use, because if my skin doesn't like a product, it will let me know. And this is just what has worked for me. Some of these products may work wonders for you guys, while others you may not enjoy. Skincare is just so specific to each person. So what works for me may not necessarily work for you, but I really do feel like these products are good, and I would recommend them to anybody if you have a skin type similar to mine. So the style in which I'm going to do this video is just what I use in the morning, and then what I use during the night, and also what I use as like special treatments. So the first thing I use during the morning is a cleanser. I always take a morning shower, so this is what I use while I'm in the shower, and it's the Clean and Clear Morning Burst Facial Scrub. As you can tell, I'm just about out of it. This is actually my second repurchase of this stuff, and I love this. This is an awesome everyday exfoliator because it's not harsh at all. However, it really feels like it does get into your skin and remove any sort of impurities, which I really like about it. It's also oil-free. It smells wonderful. And when you first step out of the shower or first rinse your face with this, it really does make your skin look a little bit brighter. It has a slight like pearlescence almost to it. However, it doesn't make your skin like shimmery whatsoever. It just really seems to brighten your skin overall, which I like. And it really has just worked really well in just exfoliating the surface of my skin and keeping my skin really smooth. If you're looking for just a good exfoliator that's pretty cheap overall, I really recommend the Clean and Clear Skin Brightening Facial Scrub. After that, I go on to my toner, and this is perhaps my favorite part of my skincare routine. This is the Clinique Mild Clarifying Lotion. The label on there is pretty faint, but we'll see if you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. I love this toner because it's alcohol-free. It has a tiny amount of salicylic acid in it, which is really going to help exfoliate your skin, and it has a lot of other really good skin beneficial ingredients that will overall improve the texture, the tone, the clarity of your skin, and it's also not super expensive. I think it's about around the $15 mark, I would say, and it is awesome. I think this is the third time I've repurchased this, and I just got a new one about a week ago, so you guys can kind of see it doesn't really look like I've used too much, but that's because I've only had it for about a week. But I have just gone through bottles of this stuff because it is awesome. I think it's the best toner from Clinique. I think it's just the best toner I've ever tried, because I find the other toners, even though they do work well in like shrinking my pores a little bit and just removing any sort of the excess dirt and grime that my cleanser might have missed, this is the only toner I've tried that has really seemed to improve my skin. I mean, it's really seemed to help my redness. I get extremely red cheeks, and you guys can kind of still see I have a little bit of redness going on, which isn't completely curable because I think some of that is just like genetic, but this really has helped because I used to have extreme redness, like really, really bad around my cheeks. I had to cover it up with something because it just looked like a horrible blush job or something, but this stuff has just helped so much with that. Really, really recommend this toner from Clinique, and like I said, this is the mild version, which is meant for sensitive skin. However, I don't really find that it should just be labeled as a sensitive skin toner because I don't have particularly sensitive skin, but the fact that it doesn't have alcohol in it really drew me in, and everything else about it I just love. So really, really recommend this toner from Clinique. And then for a moisturizer, I start with the Triple Action Day Moisture Cream. This is from Botanics. It's a brand that you can pick up at Target. You'll also see me mention a few more products from them later on in this video because I really do like the Botanics brand. This stuff is awesome. It has really helped my skin just so much. I picked it up about 3 weeks ago, and if you guys watch some of my really earliest videos, like some of my first get ready with me videos and stuff, you'll notice that I was going through some really bad breakouts on the side of my face here. And they are pretty much cleared up now. There's a little bit of marks left from them, but for the most part, the actual acne is gone. And I really attribute it to the moisturizers I will be mentioning in this video because they have just helped my skin dramatically. This has really good skin beneficial ingredients in it, and I do like the packaging. I love the little frosted jar and the tin cap. The only gripe I have about this product is the fact that it does come in a jar, which I know it's kind of like one of the things I love aesthetically, but for the actual product, it's not very good because as soon as really good vitamins and minerals and things that are good for your skin are exposed to air, which a jar packaging does, they start to deteriorate over time and will basically just break down and become like nothing, which sucks. But what I always try to do with this is just, take a little bit with my finger, dot it on my face, make sure I close the cap as soon as I can, just to reduce that effect maybe a little bit. The other thing I love about this particular moisturizer is the texture of it. When you first put it on your face, it feels very slick and it doesn't feel like a whole lot of substance. It almost feels kind of like watery. But then once you start to rub it in, it starts to emulsify a little bit and become a lot more emollient. And it just leaves your skin feeling so soft and hydrated. And I love the feeling of this. I also find that this works extremely well under makeup. It doesn't break my makeup down or anything like that. So really recommend this day cream. It's awesome. And that is all I do for my morning routine. On to my evening. The first thing I start with is a makeup remover. The one that I love is the Sephora Triple Action Cleansing Water. I haven't repurchased this yet, but as you can tell, I'm going to need to because I swear by this makeup remover. It's oil-free, which is awesome for people with oily skin and also good for people with dry skin because you really don't want to be putting unnecessary oils back onto your skin. I just think that this is an amazing makeup remover because it really seems to take off a lot of my makeup, and even the stubborn eyeliner, like waterproof eyeliner I wear and stuff, that's really will just break it down and cleanse it off and really prep my skin for my cleanser. A product that I use this with is the Up and Up Exfoliating Cotton Rounds, which I have to mention in this video because I love these. These are a textured cotton round. On one side you can kind of see you got like this beaded texture, but the really cool thing about these is that on the other side you just have a regular smooth texture. So depending on your skin needs and like what you kind of want to do that day, you can decide to use the exfoliating or the regular. What I tend to do is I use the exfoliating at night and then I use the regular side with my toner in the morning, and I really think that that just helps my skin. It doesn't over exfoliate my skin, but it really seems to help get the product down into my pores. So I really like that, especially with this makeup remover. And then for a cleanser, during the night, I like to use just a really nice water-soluble cleanser that isn't going to have too many bells and whistles attached to it and is really just going to cleanse my skin and prep it for moisturizer. And I use the Clinique Liquid Facial Soap. This is like the mild formulation. I picked this up along with the 3-step skincare system. This is actually my second repurchase of this stuff. The first time I bought it, like I said, I got it with the whole 3-step thing. I didn't like the toner because it had alcohol and it stung really badly, and the moisturizer was so basic it didn't do anything to my skin. But this is just a really nice basic cleanser. It's not anything too fancy, however it really seems to remove any of my excess makeup really nicely, and it's good. Like overall I really do enjoy it. And then I'll use one of the exfoliating cotton rounds again and go back into my toner like I do in the morning. I use this morning and night. I'm not going to talk about this anymore because I already have, but this is what I use then after my cleanser again. And then the moisturizer that I use during the night is the Complexion Refining Light Night Cream. And this again is from Botanics. I love this night cream because it's not super thick. It doesn't leave your skin feeling greasy. For people with normal, oily, or combination skin, this would work wonders. With people with really dry skin, you might need something that's a little bit more emollient, so I wouldn't necessarily recommend this because it might not be moisturizing enough for you. This stuff has helped my breakouts so much. Like seriously, I've never had a moisturizer help my breakouts as much as this stuff does. And it doesn't have any sort of like a salicylic acid acne medication or a benzoyl peroxide acne medication. It has just really nice natural acne fighters. Overall, I just think that it has really helped my skin. I love the texture of it. I love the feel of it. I love how my skin feels really nice and smooth and just really clean feeling. You know, sometimes moisturizers will leave your skin feeling like really just tacky and greasy, but this stuff hydrates. However, it doesn't leave my skin feeling like clogged and kind of icky, which I really love. So I definitely recommend this night cream from Boots. The other product that I almost forgot to mention that I use day and night is the Simple Soothing Eye Balm. I mentioned this in my February favorites because I absolutely love this stuff. It has helped my dark circles, it has helped any fine lines, it's really nice and moisturizing. So I use this underneath my eyes day and night, and I really do swear by this. I think it's an amazing sort of eye cream type of a product. Really, really recommend this. And that is really my basic everyday skincare routine. However, there are 3 products I'm going to show you guys here that are products I use if my skin just needs a little bit of extra help. The first one is my cleanser if my skin is going through a lot of bad breakouts, and it's the Clearasil Rapid Action Daily Facial Wash. I swear by this stuff for my acne. It is the only acne cleanser that I've ever tried that has actually helped some of my hormonal acne, which is really, really hard to treat. This is like $6 or $7, so the best acne cleanser I have ever tried, and I really swear by it. If you guys suffer with breakouts and haven't tried this yet, I definitely recommend this. It's just an amazing acne fighting cleanser. And for my spot treatment, this is the salicylic acid acne medication I swear by. It's the Clean and Clear Advantage Acne Spot Treatment. This is the only acne spot treatment that I really feel will take away my little spots in literally a day. Like, I can put this stuff on at night, wake up the next morning, and it will already be dramatically decreased in size and in redness. And if for some reason it's a really, really stubborn spot, I just apply it then that morning, and then by the end of the night, it really has seemed to gone down. So I love, love, love this stuff. Like I said, the only acne medication that I've ever tried that has really seemed to clear up any really troublesome spots. So if you are looking for a good spot treatment, this is definitely the best. And that is it for my skincare. It's really basic. Nothing in my skincare routine is very expensive. It's all just really nice and affordable, easily accessible, because I don't like spending $60 to $80 on skincare. I just don't really see the point when there are products like these that work so well. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Maybe have some new products to check out. See if you maybe want to pick anything up. Like I said, I hope you guys just really enjoyed this video, found it helpful. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye.